Okay, we're going to show you how to use a tool, a free tool provided by Google called Google Insight. Google Insight helps you compare and trend terms and topics over time in different regional areas. So as a marketer, it lets you kind of put your finger to the pulse of the internet and news media to see what's interesting readers and consumers. So the interface is very simple. We just add some search terms that we're interested in. Let's add in quit smoking as a term, and then let's add in an additional term, smoking ban. And then we just select some filters here that we think are relevant. I'm zooming in a little bit. We'll search the web. Let's search, not worldwide, let's search in the United States. And then from there, the subregion of Michigan. Instead of 2004 to present, let's look at the last 12 months. I'm going to zoom back out. Okay, so we're going to look at these two terms, and we're going to hit the search button here. And we get our results here in a nice chart. Time is on the x-axis going left to right. And then on the y-axis here, this is sort of a normed search volume index. So you can't look at this in terms of absolute terms. It's sort of norming these search terms and against each other over time. So what we can see by this term is the phrase "quit smoking" is less. There's less interest in Michigan overall for that phrase, although it peaks up a little bit here over smoking ban. However, right here in this bubble from April to May, we see that the smoking ban term became extremely popular. Being from Michigan, I happen to know that that's when the smoking ban went into effect in all local bars. You couldn't smoke in bars. So surprise, surprise, we see a huge interest in search volume for that. And although we can click here on this news headlines menu here, and it actually shows you some key news items related to these terms. And so I'm surprised we didn't see anything about the smoking ban here, but there's some other information in different news sources. In many cases, by clicking on this news headline button, it might give you some insight into why there's some unsuspected spikes in search volume. Okay. Now to show you what I mean by they're normed against each other, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, instead of looking at the last 12 months, I'm going to look in the last 30 days. We just celebrated the new year, so I wonder if we're going to suddenly see quit smoking as being much more interesting in the new year here as a New Year's resolution. And again, we see here in the last 30 days, there's so little searching going on for the smoking ban. The red line's buried all the way at the bottom, where there's effectively no search volume whatsoever. However, here as we ramp up into the new year, here December 29th to January 5th, we see there's a sudden peak in interest in quit smoking, in Michigan at least. So we see people here that are trying to take on their New Year's resolutions, hopefully quit smoking. We'll see how that goes. Again, we might suspect that this number is going to drop right back to normal levels maybe in a month or so. So here's how we can use Google Insights for marketing research. We can search categories, topics, ideas, brands, things that might interest us, and we want to get an idea of how consumers are following those things over time. There's a lot. You can export this data. You can download a CSV file, so you can import this into Excel. Lots of other neat things you can do with this, but this is just a simple, quick introduction.